Okay, this is my first video of how I put my hair in. First of all, I cut all my hair off. Not because it was falling out, just because I don't like long hair really. To dye my hair, first I bleached my hair white, and then I used this hair color to get it pink. And then after I washed it out, I noticed that some of the bleach was still yellow. And I didn't want the yellow. So I used some of this hair color to get the yellow out. Once I got it to the almost color that I wanted, I rinsed it out. Some of my supplies that I have a rat tooth comb, some scissors. I have white hair glue, my spritz to help my glue stick, and I also just recently purchased this blow dryer, and I use a blow dryer. You really don't need a blow dryer, but I use a blow dryer because when I'm putting my pieces in, sometimes after I put the glue on, it feels like it hasn't molded all the way to my scalp. So I want to make sure. Plus also because when I put my weave in, I put it in when my hair is wet. I think it's easier for me to do it that way, because when I go to take my weave out, I don't have all that pulling trying to get it out, because I put my weave in while it was wet. Well, okay, we're gonna start. I got my blow dryer, about to plug it up for when I need it. I bought 10-inch hair, 10-inch white hair. I used the same hair color that I used to dye my hair. You know, what I did was I put the color on there and let it sit on there for at least 15 to 25 minutes inside a Ziploc bag. And then I tried to dry it a little bit, I didn't want the whole thing colored. I like mine speckled. Right now it looks like my roots might be darker than my hair, but that's okay, because I mostly wanted anyways the pink, and I don't want it too pink. I want it like pinkish white. So got my spritz. I don't need the spray bottle, so what I do is I pour some in a plate, and as I cut my weave and add it to my hair, before I put my glue on there, I put some spritz on the weave, and then I apply my glue. That's how I do it. You can do it how you want to do it. This is how I do it. So anyways, we're going to start. Right now, my hair is somewhat wet, and I'm finna start. As you can see, my hair is uneven. I have it shaved on this side, which I'll be tapering that up later. And I have it a little longer on this side. That's only because sometimes when I put my weave in, I want it to come down a little ways. So I didn't cut this like I cut this side, because I kind of want hair down here, so I'm not just gluing hair onto my scalp. All right, we're going to get started, because I have a birthday party to go to at 3 o'clock. I do still have a little orange up in there, but you're not going to see it because my whole entire hair will be covered with the weave. So this is how I normally start it off. I'm doing this in the bathroom this time, sitting down, so it's easier for me to manage the camera and everything together. Well, I start at the bottom, And I kind of want to make sure I can feel where it ends at, because a lot of times when I put my weave in, you have hair stuck out in the back, and you know I don't want that. So kind of measure it off, cut it. I look at it. Since it's kind of wet, I want to comb it out a little bit. I look at the track. I take my spritz and I rub my spritz on there, just on the base part of the track. Then I take my glue. Try not to put too much glue, but I do want to make sure that there's some at that end area and some at the other end. Once I got it on there like I want it, I find out where my spot is, and I glue and I press that down. I'm hoping that this video will turn out nice, because this is the first time that I've ever recorded myself. Normally it's a secret how I go from short hair to long hair. You know, then I take my blow dryer, which is not ready yet. Take my blow dryer and blow dry it a little bit, trying to press it down, making sure that it's fully sticking and drying. I have 10-inch hair. I normally only buy 10-inch hair because the bob that I do don't require long hair. And I try to put my weave in a curve. If once I put my track in and it looks like it's a little thin, I will add another piece in the same size. Once again, take the weave and put it in there like that. Measuring it, making sure that it's at the end of the hair in the back. It looks like this one I'm going to need 2 of them, because when I laid it on top, I could still see the hair that I parted under it. And you know, even though I colored my hair, I still kind of want to cover that hair a little bit, and I still kind of want to let it come through. But at the same time, I don't want it to look thin. Once again, put the glue on there. If it gets a little bulky, just try to spread it out. I'm using white glue because my hair is pink. The reason why I'm not using black glue, because sometimes if you use black glue on light colored hair, it will show up through the track. And I don't know if you want black to be seen in your hairstyle. I don't know what color you're going for, but me, this day, I don't want black shown through my track. So I'm just making sure that this weave is tacked down real good. Right now it's showing that my hair is mostly white and there's hardly any pink showing through it. But as we start climbing up to the top, you will start seeing more of the pink. I'm almost getting to the finish line of our product. I've been doing my hair a little bit more lately since recently, especially like with the color. I've been a little bit more motivated to do something like this. So as you can see, when I put that second piece on there, how it covered the other piece, and it's not even really showing my hair at all underneath. So once again, I pressed it down. You don't want to put the dryer too close to your hair. These dryers don't last long if you put them too close. Sometimes you can burn your scalp and burn the blow dryer out, so just be a little careful. I went and bought this cheap blow dryer for $12.99. We're getting there, so you can comb it a little bit. You're having scraggly hairs. Getting closer to the top. I don't do a closure. I'm kind of a person that's into hair care. So I don't really like doing a lot of stuff that's damaging to the hair. Not saying that closures is damaging. This is just the way I do mine. When I notice that my hair is a little dry when I'm parting it, just run it under the water and try to keep it a little wet. Only because, like I say, I like to put my weave in when my hair is wet so that first of all, it lays better. It stays in place and you really ain't got to have a comb to it. But as you can see, my hair is still a little orange there. It's okay. So as you can see, I'm curving once I put the tracks in, and this one also looks like that I'm gonna have to put a second piece. So what I do is that piece that I measured, I put the other piece on top of it and I cut it the same way. Right, that one looks more pink, so I think I might put that one on top. And since that's more white, I'm going to put that one on the bottom. My hair is still a little wet, but it's okay because, like I say, I always try to put this stuff in when it's wet anyway, so it's going to work out okay. Just putting that spritz on the track again for those who didn't come in the beginning. Once again, taking that track and I am putting it in a curve around my head. Pressing it down. Pressing it down is also a part of allowing the glue to adhere to your scalp. You can press it down, and you can actually feel the glue combining or binding to your scalp. But like I said, I want to make sure that This sticks really well, so I'm also using a dryer. And that one that I said had more pink on it. I'm applying the spritz to the track just to help that glue out. Not saying that it won't stick without the glue. It's just the way I do it. You can do it without the spritz if you don't have the spritz. And you can even do it without the hair dryer. This is just part of the procedure that I do just to make sure that that glue is sticking for me. And as you can see, I'm pressing down a little firmly. Just making sure that's on there. Once again, I'm using the blow dryer to dry it and make sure that the glue is sticking to the other track and is sticking to my head. Like I said, you do not have to use the blow dryer. You do not have to use the spritz. These are just little tricks that I use to make sure that that hair is sticking. As you can see, we are almost to the top. And we have went from short hair to long hair. And we are doing the pink this week. For the last month or two, I have been doing the lavender. I want to switch up a little bit, and I saw, one of the performers had the pink. I try to keep up with either Nicki Minaj or Cardi B on their colors. I ain't trying to wear my hair down my back and all that mess, but, as far as the color part, I try to keep up with them. If you part your hair thinner parts, you won't have to apply that second piece. For some strange reason, I seem to be in a rush. And so my parting is a little thicker than I normally do. Once again, I'm in that back area, making sure I'm at the edge. And like I said, I noticed that the back area is a little dry because I'm getting close to the top, so I'm adding a little water. Also, I want to say that I do not have a perm. This is natural. You can do it with a perm. I just, I keep forgetting to give myself a perm. So, once I'm done putting this weave in, if my hair is a little not straight, what I do is I add a little grease to my hair and I press the hair that's outside of my weave. And I blow dry my hair afterwards also, just in case if you want to go back in and press this hair as well. But I don't. Once I put it in there, the flat iron normally does that job for me. So we're going to continue because we don't know how long this video is going to last. So it looks like I'm going to have to put 2 pieces on this one. Also. But I think I'll only do right where that hair is thick at. And don't put that much in the front because If in the front you need more hair, you can always add, but I try to do that last. Sometimes it all depends on how I feel, on what kind of swoop I want in the front. Do I want it flipped? Do I want it swooped? So that all depends on how much hair I want to put in the front. So I'm going to put this short piece in first. It's not going to cover the entire area that I parted, but I want to put it on that area where I was looking at, and it seemed like it needed some thickness right there. So that's like right here. Then I'm going to add that longer piece on top of it. Also putting that spritz on the track for that extra adhesive. Like I said, you don't have to do this. It's just something I do. Also applying that white glue. Like I said, this is my first video showing you guys how I go from short hair to long hair. So we're trying to put these in a curved area because we want to do a swoop over to the side. So we want to make sure that our partings are swooped also. We're almost done. Now we'll take the dryer and make sure that those tracks are dry. Coming together real smoothly. Starting to see more of that pink, and the hair is drying. When we're done, if we notice that after we cut it, if we notice that we need to add in some more, I only bought one bundle. Like I said, this is not a hairstyle that requires 2 bundles. Right, we have a track coming up. Probably because the hair was a little wet. So we want to go back and put that back down. I don't like just putting the glue on the tracks because that stuff might drip on my hair. So, like I said, sometimes if we don't dry it properly, we'll have that problem. I don't worry about too much the glue falling on my hair or getting in the wrong spot, because I have such a good glue remover that each time that I do make a slight mistake, that my glue remover is so good, I don't pull out any hair. People are wondering, is my hair growing? Is it falling out? No, it's growing. And I'm gonna have to cut it again, cut it right back down again. If you get that glue on your hands, all I do is roll it off. You know, I ain't got time for washing my hair, my hands, and trying to do that right now. My main thing is trying to get this in here before this video stops. As you can see, that front area might need another piece right there, but we're not going to worry about it because we still have coverage. Just want to make sure those pieces are stuck really good on the ends. I can't always see what's going on back there until the hairstyle is done. And you know, like I said, what I do is I do the hairstyle and I cut it. And if I notice in the back that it's coming up or need coverage, I just add more pieces. If once I cut it and curl it, if it looks like it's thin in some spots or it's showing some of my hair color that I don't want to show through, I add pieces. Like I said, once again, this hairstyle is I only use one bundle. You can use as many as you see fit. I try not to put that much weave on this little slab. Well, we're getting close to that front area. And it's starting to get more pink. I want to try to use more of the pink hair that I've dyed on the top. And use more of the white hair for filler. So since we not at the top yet, I'm going to use more of this white hair. It has pink on the ends, but it has mostly white on the top. And with this one, I probably won't double it. Sometimes if my piece come back up after I glued it down, it's because, for one, I am in a bit of a rush today. Two, I might not have had enough glue or I didn't dry it properly. But like I said, we can always go back and fix those problems. This one worked out real good. When I put the track in, I noticed that I didn't see none of the hair that I had parted. It could be because it's a white, mostly white track. And it could be because we're getting close to that top area. It do look like I might need one for the front area. So I am going to cut a little one. I just like that front to be full. As you can see, we're almost done. My pink is almost in there. This is a much lighter pink than my hair. But most of the time when I put my weave in, My weave is mostly lighter than the color of my hair. It's okay. Because the color of the weave is what I really wanted. I just dye my hair a little darker just in case. It's a filler for the weave. So just in case if it do want to show through, it's not a bad color too. We're almost done. I got a little of that glue on my hands. I'm rubbing them together to make sure I get that off. You want to get that off because when you're putting on your weave, sometimes if you got that excess dry glue on there, it will get on the hair. And you're trying to keep that glue only where it needs to go, not all over every place. I had recently been cutting my own hair on the side, and so when I do my hairstyle, I was noticing that, you know, it was over a little far. So I'm trying to like grow it out a little bit on this side so that it's not just like right here coming over. It comes over a little further. Like I said, I am filling for the back area, just making sure that I have hair on top of tracks, and that I also know how far back to go with my weave. So I have that weave once again that has more pink on it. This is the white one. Like I said, the white is more for filling. It does have pink on it, but it I want to try to get most of that pink in the front. I might put some more of that white in the back. You know, just I might put 2 pieces on, half and half.